three early guys that you brought in didn't have had little or no experience at all playing tight end in high school. How far have they progressed since they've been here?
It's been really fun to watch. Lou Corral and the strength staff have done a really good job, and it's transitioning onto the field. Those guys are really being physical here in this camp. There's been good battles, iron sharpens irons with our DNs, and even some of our linebackers on our counter plays. So they've made us better. We've gotten physically better through our strength staff, and the kids are really having a good camp. It's been a fun group.
Just curious to the younger guys, how Billy's kind of developing, and then also Ben looks very physical.
So Billy is really ascended, and it really becomes his part of his growth pattern, right? He struggled a little bit with the signals early last year. So anytime you're unsure, it's hard to be physical. And he's done a great job with the group in the offseason. He really had a good spring. But now you see the 260 pounds, the hat speed. I mean, he's got great body balance, and now you see him fitting blocks. And he's also showing up a lot in the passing game. He dinged his thumb up a little bit, which whatever. He's fought through it. He's caught the ball in traffic. He's done a really good job. Then Ben Postma, through our process in the summer with that group, I mean, he walked in. He's really, really a bright kid, very astute. He's been really good with the signals, really good with the assignment. Just got to keep building his body, which, he's already a 234, 236-pound kid, but then using it violently, right? Now he's still kind of feeling his way, and when he gets his hat speed down, he's going to be really good, but he's a threat down the field. He's got a great catch radius.
Ken?
Hey, Ken, he's trying to cut in front of you. You know how he always does that. Stay back. It's not your turn. Okay.
If you could kind of assess the competition between the two Dylans, it seems like Dalton Hunter maybe edging ahead.
Well, I think Dylan DeVinny, he had a little bit of an AC, so I was trying to keep him out of some of the contact things early on. He was fighting through it, but that's a neck and neck deal. I think the whole group, though, if you go back to not having any to building that room, we got 5 guys now that are functioning at a very high level, and I told them just on the field, I said, hey, there's going to be steaks on the table. Whoever's hungry is going to eat and get these reps.
Do you notice a difference where Ben is starting out as opposed to where the other guys started out when they were freshmen?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's come in, and again, that room has grown from the Tylers, teaching and educating and all the things in the summer to now the Dylans, and even Ben Wilhelm and Chewy do a great job and are great resources, as well as Jack Coco. There's a cohesion amongst that room, right? Nobody's threatened to help a guy, and that's globally throughout our team.
With Jack, you guys don't have a fullback, but he's sort of the H-back.
Oh, absolutely.
Blocking. How important is it to have a guy like that?
Oh, the functionality of him, right? And his ability, he's got great hat speed, right? He's got great physicality, and he can fit runs at a very high level, and he can process the information at a very high level. So to have a guy like that, it's invaluable. And then his special teams value. He's going to be a guy on kickoff return and all those things that can run back, get set, and then take it on tough, like on our post blocks.
How are the two Dylans doing with their blocking?
Really well. Really well, like exceptional. Like you've never seen what they've done, what they put on tape. This camp, they've never had that kind of physicality, so we're excited about that.
Do you feel better about where the special teams are versus your own this year?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, and obviously you're going to talk about the kickers being 6 for 6, and then we brought in David Shanahan, the punter, and we had Austin, right, and they all bring a little variety. But just look at our body types and the way we've globally recruited. The staff has done a really good job personnel-wise. We've taken the right guys in from the portal. We've gotten taller. We've recruited young guys that love football and love this place. And you look across the board from year 1 to year 3, we're bigger, we're faster, we're stronger. We got guys that love football, so your team should be really good.
Are you looking to see tight ends be a little more into the offense now that the line's starting to get where I think Brent would like it?
And I know we get that question a lot. I just think that there are plays that we left on the field last year, and that's just not at our position, right? And I just think it's the growth of the offense, right? It's year 3. It's the growth of the offense. We played a freshman quarterback, during a COVID year, right? It didn't get all the spring, right? We didn't do the same things we did in the summer during COVID. So Jeff got thrown in the fire and played really well at a high level. But it's not just Jeff, it's all of us, right? It's us all being in the right spot. So I think you guys are going to see an exciting offense, that we're putting together.
Okay. We saw, I guess, during the 11-11, Coach Collins brought the team together and he was expressing some sort of his pleasure. I was like, and I'm curious, we've seen that a couple times, and I don't know if it's happened every day we're there to see it or if it's happened more, but I'm curious kind of how you interpret interpret just, that having last.
Well, I think those are all coachable moments, right? Like, you just don't go out and do 11 on 11, then blow the whistle without giving them an opportunity to stop and really reevaluate like what the black box was, right? There's some things that went wrong. We better open the black box right now, figure out what went wrong so we don't carry it into the next period. And I think that Coach Collins does a great job, and I think globally our staff in the moment does a good job, but to bring it to light because we're all in this together, right? Like, we don't want to see the defense jump off sides, right? We really don't, right? We want them to play clean football, right? We don't want to sub the tight end on the next play is a fastball, right? That's poor coaching. Period, right? So accept that and move on, right?
Rod, do you see the development of the offensive line and also Jeff Sims as a benefit to your group, getting involved in the offense?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I think the more confident they are with the guy to their left and the guy to their right, it just brings cohesiveness, camaraderie, and an attack mentality. And we're always going to attack. And I think the line's done a wonderful job. Brent Key's been unbelievable. And then, the tight ends communication with the tackles, the tight ends communicating with the guards on the counter plays and reading how they fit. I just think we just keep polishing and iron sharpening the iron against our defense. And our defense has been unbelievable, some of the things they're doing, and it really challenges us every day. So those are really good emphasis points for our guys to learn from.
Sorry, Coach. A couple more. We'll go with Kelly and then Kat.
Just in terms of where the two Dylans are, what do you need to see from them to kind of maybe pull away?
Well, I think that when we got here, we didn't run a lot of 12. The last place we did run a lot of 12, and what's unique about those guys and their ability and how we run our room is they could line up at any spot, right? Like they know what the Z is, they know what the F is, they know what the X is, right? Now we have formations that would supplant them into those positions. So the flexibility of being in 12 and giving 10 pictures is really an opportunity that we've done in the past, right? So that gives you position flexibility within our offense, and really it can stymie some defensive calls. I think that, for both those guys, it's going to come down to one, who's going to walk out there is going to be the guys going to put their face on people and finish them, all right? And then who can vertically stretch the field and give us the biggest catch radius to go run and catch the ball down the field. All those guys are pretty good intermediate, but we want to see them get the ball down the field as well.
Kat,
You touched on this a little bit ago, but tight end team get a lot of balls last year, and I think Jeff has said previously this a month ago that he wants to get those guys more involved. And I'm curious kind of what factored into that last year, and maybe what are you seeing that's changed that?
I don't think it's another new play. I don't think we have to say, hey, the Y is getting the ball here. I think it's just simple progression, right? Jeff knows that we're going to run this to here, to this left side, and if it's not there, we're bouncing back to this triangle and find the triangle, right? And as he gets more comfortable, as the line continues to grow, as the backs get to their spots, as the tight ends are in the right spots, and everybody's on the right spot in the field, the offense is going to flow. So I wouldn't put it just on Jeff. I put it on our totality of everybody doing their job just that much better every day and stacking days.
anything else? Coach Wiesehan.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Things progressing.
Yeah, I had a great 4 years at Tennessee. I enjoyed all my experiences there. Really, it came down to, academics and the culture. Once I visited here for the first time, I knew that this team was something different. Coach Collins built such a good culture for us to obey by and to follow. So that played a big role. And also Austin Kent, the punter, I've known him since 8th grade, and really just hearing his stories about how fun Georgia Tech was, it was an easy decision. So.
Kelly.
In terms of just how you fit into the kicking and with the rest of you, is it different or more mostly the same?
It's really the same. Make it through the uprights. But no, really it's the same. Came in, new kid. All the specialists kind of opened up and were friendly, so ready to get the season started.
Ken.
Comparing experiences, what's been the same, what's been different that you've found here?
Yeah, really it's the same. The only difference I could say is that locker room's a lot different here than Tennessee. We're a lot closer. Really, I've never talked to all the O-line and the D-line here, but first week they all came up, said, "Hey, what's up? What's your name?" And it's all history from there. So.
So you weren't close with Moss or Ryan Johnson?
Oh no, yeah, me and him go way back. Yeah. Really, I mean, he was another big factor in why I came here. Just hearing, what we went through at Tennessee and seeing how different it is here and how amazing it is here. I was like, no way. So I came down and it was just amazing. From the coaches to the players to the schools to academics, everybody was just amazing. Really friendly.
Rod?
As you move closer to the opening game, how's your health and how's your leg feel?
Yeah, I'm 100% healthy. Usually you're always going to have a camp leg, but other than that, I mean, we have a great training staff and weight staff that set us up for success during the season. So, yep, healthy and ready to go.
Kelly?
Is there a particular game you're looking forward to at the moment? Is it going to be just going after the first game?
Really, I mean, every game's the same for me. I don't want to ride the emotions of, this is a rivalry, it's a big game. I'm going to go out there and do my job. Every day, every kick, every snap, I'm going to go out there and do my job. And at the end of the day, I want to give my best and produce my best for my team. So.
Ken?
How far out do you feel comfortable here?
I actually talked to Coach Collins about that yesterday. I said cross the 50, and we'll go for it. We'll attempt it. So, yep.
Did seeing them get Presley drafted, you kind of focusing on specialists, was that something else that attracted you?
I mean, that definitely helped out. Just because now we're known for specialists, we're on the map. Presley did a great job here. He built a great foundation for every specialist coming in, in the future. And I've known Presley for a while. Kicked with him back in the day in high school. But yeah, he set stepping stones for every specialist at this university coming in the future. So.
A couple more for Brent and Rod.
First game's right around the corner. You looking forward to running that time, especially for a night game?
Yep. Unbelievable. I cannot wait. Just to see Atlanta, all the great fans here, just to see all that hard work pay off. This team that we have in the locker room right now is something special. I would go to war with them any day. I can't wait to strap up and definitely start playing with them.
We'll wrap up with
Two things. When you say when the offense crosses 50, or when you say how far you're comfortable out?
Oh, just when the offense crosses the 50.
Really?
Yep.
So like 60.
Yeah. No. Any. Honestly, coach calls me out there. I'll attempt anything. So.
And then just how have you found getting your operations down?
Like I said earlier, the specialist here when I came in, very friendly, and it was a different mindset with them. It was, we can't work all the time because we're specialists, but we work hard when we have to, and we get the job done when we have to. So when our name's called, our number's called, we go out there and we produce. And from Austin being my holder to K Long being the snapper, to Coach Key setting up the line and the protection. I think we have a very good unit this year. Can't wait to go out there first game and to put some points on the board. So.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started with Austin Kent. We'll open it right up for questions. Kelly?
Also, just how's that running competition going? I mean, is it kind of exciting to maybe have that opportunity again in your career?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. Like I always say, iron sharpens iron. I think David and I have been competing very well, and it's not really something that is too personal, where we both are trying to elevate each other's game. So, yeah.
I guess how's his adjustment been? It's a pretty major adjustment coming from.
I think he's adjusted very well. He's done a really great job of just coming in, buying into the culture, as well as just working with the rest of the specialists and just doing everything that he's asked to do. So he's been really good.
Rod?
You have a year in the program now. What has the transition been like, and where are you being right now?
I think I've grown a lot as just a player, as well as just amongst all the specialists. I think just in terms of comfortability and just knowing what's expected of me, I think is the biggest thing coming from year one to year two, to where now it's just a matter of just going out and executing. So.
Ken?
Can you tell a little bit about your story getting here? I mean, I know you feel like you started out to play a lot, and then you played that kind of, and then you end up here and then in a role. How did it all transpire?
Yeah, so the opportunity to even go to UCLA and play in the first place was a blessing, and not everything turned out the way I wanted it to, but I think through that adversity I learned a lot about myself and just about kicking and football in general, and just how it's all about the relationships and the people that you meet. And that was a big reason why I came to Georgia Tech, is because of just the people and the relationships. I think it's really helped me become very comfortable with where I'm at, and as well as just, helped me go out there and be confident in my abilities.
And I think I talked to your kicking coach last summer, I guess, and it helped me with the kind of the timing of it. But you went to like one of his camps and you realized you were kicking the ball a lot better, and did that kind of push you to want to keep going, or what was that?
Are you referencing Dan Orner?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I've had a personal relationship with Dan since I was in 8th grade. And just through working with him, I kept getting better and better, and I just thought to myself, with the eligibility I had left, I wanted to leave everything out there on the field. And just through the whole process, like looking back on it, I'm so glad that I'm here today. So.
Hey, were you ready at that point to stop, or what?
Not necessarily, no. I just had to sit down with everything going on, and just finishing my degree early at UCLA, just what I wanted to do and where I saw myself, and I just thought football is something that I love, and it's something I want to continue to pursue. So.
Kelly?
I was curious about kickoffs and obviously doing a job last year with that, kind of how that's going, and you feel like that's making it happen. How you see it?
Yeah, so kickoffs, I've definitely made some adjustments in the off season, and I'm feeling very confident with that. And I think just it really helps where coach is always talking about how we have our gunners and our bullies just getting down the field as quickly as possible. And we're blessed with a lot of very gifted athletes that help with our coverage schemes, because they get down there so quickly that it takes a little bit of pressure off us with our kicks. But it's been really good, and I'm looking forward to that.
Anything else? Ken?
Do you have like a goal as far as, it's always getting the ball between the goal and the 5 or touchback rate? Is there something really a goal people want to do?
I would say my goal is just solid contact, because all the technicalities are there. Like, I know what I'm doing. It's more or less just about going out there and executing and enjoying what you're doing, because it's easy to get caught up and wrapped up in results, but instead just focusing on hitting a good ball is the best step forward.
Anything else for Austin? Rob, we'll wrap it up with you.
With the special teams coverage, I imagine you see a lot more of the starters and athletes out there. How does that build your confidence?
I just have personal relationships with a lot of the guys on the punt team, and I think it's really special where before pregame meals, the punt team, we eat first. I just think it builds a lot of confidence to know the guy to the left and right of you, and just know that they're going to give everything they have for you to protect you, and I'll do the same by hitting a good punt. So definitely helps.
But I came in here really small for a tight end position, so physically I was already an underdog. I put on a lot of weight really fast here, and I think that's something I definitely improved on this year, is I kind of redistributed how my body is. Like last year I put on 35 pounds in under a year, so the weight wasn't put on exactly how it needs to be, and I feel like this year, this off season, I've kind of redistributed that weight to where I feel stronger, faster, and just more comfortable in my body. So yeah, but going back to that question, definitely, yeah.
Ken?
One thing that Coach Wiesehan was saying about, you and Dylan and
Yeah.
down the field is a lot of it to do with blocking and
Yeah.
getting you guys. And I'm curious, kind of how do you feel now about that part of the game compared to like in the spring? I guess?
Yeah, I feel like as a tight end group, we've been getting compliments from, I just heard Coach Dixon talking to Weeze this morning saying like the tight end's been blocking their ass off. So I think as a position group, we've definitely improved, and I feel like I've improved as well. What I've learned over these past years is blocking is more of a mindset than anything. You got to go in there looking to take someone's head off, and then also you got to rely on your technique, your form, and stuff like that. But as a position group, we've got a lot better, and I think everybody will see that this upcoming season.
So it's kind of like it's building aggression, I guess, and kind
Yeah,
of
yeah. And just as we get older, the way I approach the game has really changed. It's kind of come from like how can I not mess up this play to like how can I maximize this play. And I feel like that mindset, especially in blocking, has helped me be more confident, more comfortable. And then just repetition practice, do it more and more. And then also the guys we're going against are some top-notch guys. Our DNs are beasts. So going up against them is really going to set us up for success in the season.
Kelly?
In terms of your chemistry with Jeff, it seems like you guys are getting to see you connect a lot more.
Yeah.
You start getting that chemistry.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Me and Jeff had conversations off the field about how we can incorporate the tight ends more in the passing game. And that's something definitely all the tight ends want to do. Catching's the best part of playing tight end, at least for me. I love catching the ball and running. So we're definitely hoping to get the tight ends more receptions this year. And that starts with just practice chemistry between us and Jeff, and I think it's coming along good.
Do you feel like it's more like guys like Jameer and Harris with their skill sets will open more things up for you guys?
Say it one more time.
With Jameer and guys like Jameer and guys like Harris,
Yeah.
their skill sets opening up
Definitely.
things. Do you feel like that's going to create more opportunities?
I mean, yeah, when you got a guy like Jameer and Kyrick, teams are going to have to game plan for them because they're such big threats. So I feel like that will leave more opportunity for us to get more balls because they're gonna have to double cover them, and then that'll leave us more opportunity to get open and get the ball. So definitely, yeah.
Anything else for Dylan? Kelly?
In terms of your downfield catching, those seam plays,
Yeah.
kind of how you feel like that's developing for you. Coach Wiesehan said that's kind of what he wants to see maybe next level for you.
Yeah, definitely. And I think as we get opportunities more in practice, I feel like as we make more plays, the quarterbacks will get more comfortable with us and trust us to give us those jump balls when we're on DBs that are smaller than us. So what Weezy always says is when we get those opportunities, we got to make the most of them because Coach P is going to remember those plays whether we make them or not, and so will the QBs. So when we get those plays in practice, we got to capitalize because we can only get so much chances before the quarterback gains or loses confidence in us. So we just got to continue to make those plays in practice, downfield, short field, and all that, and it'll work out well for us.
A couple more for Dylan. Ken, we'll start with you.
You mentioned last year you put on a lot of
Yeah.
The important thing is, like, what have you done body-wise from last year?
So basically, I came in around like 210. I actually played my high school season at like 185. So I was small. I still played tight end, but obviously it's a different game going from high school football to ACC. So I ended up going from like coming in at 210 to weighing like 245 last year. And when you put on weight that fast, it's not going to be all muscle. It's just not going to happen. But this year I've kind of stayed that same weight, right around 245. But on top of that, between the running and lifting, it's kind of turned from less like fatty kind of stuff to like turn into muscle. So last year I kind of felt a little awkward sometimes in my body just because I wasn't used to carrying 245. But now I've got a lot stronger and I've kind of redistributed that weight to more muscle. So I feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more powerful, a lot faster in my body now. Yeah.
Right.
Normally you think the tight end is being used more so in the intermediate game.
Yeah.
Do you have any guys in your room that can stretch the field?
Yeah, I hope I'll be that guy. That's the goal for me. I feel like I can be a big deep threat. I did that a lot in high school. Tight ends haven't had a ton of that since we've been here. But I'm definitely looking to utilize that part of my game. Get on some smaller guys and throw the ball up and come down with it. So definitely.
All right. Dylan, thank you.